Imagine a nuanced philosophical experiment exploring decentralization and centralization of power, and how these forces interact within society. The core proposition is that effective decentralization requires a foundational level of centralized consensus. This paradoxical concept suggests that a unifying framework is essential for coherence and stability in decentralized systems. Without this consensus, decentralized systems risk disintegration, as conflicting agendas can undermine collective governance. Thus, a common denominator ensures dispersed power operates within agreed-upon parameters, preventing anarchy and fostering stability. In the absence of trust, the likelihood of conflict increases. Trust acts as the social glue, enabling cooperation and mutual understanding. Without it, suspicion and fear grow, leading to defensive actions that can escalate into war. Historical precedents like the Cold War illustrate how mutual distrust between decentralized entities, such as nations, can result in prolonged tension and conflict. The arms race, driven by fear and anticipation of attack, underscores trust's critical role in maintaining peace and stability. Preserving individual freedoms, paradoxically, may require a degree of centralization. A central authority can enforce laws that protect freedoms, ensuring that no one infringes on others' rights. This form of centralization guarantees freedom by providing the order and security necessary for individuals to exercise their liberties. Without centralized mechanisms, unchecked freedom could lead to oppression, undermining liberty's essence. Therefore, centralization and decentralization are complementary forces that must be balanced to sustain a free and orderly society. The consciousness of freedom itself can hinder achieving a truly free society. When individuals are acutely aware of their freedoms, they may resist necessary centralization, even when it protects those freedoms. This resistance can prevent the consensus needed for effective decentralization, creating a self-defeating cycle where the pursuit of absolute freedom results in its erosion. Freedom, therefore, must be seen as a condition requiring balance and compromise, where centralized consensus is crucial for safeguarding the broader framework within which freedoms can be exercised meaningfully. Power in society often manifests through laws, policies, and cultural norms, shaping behavior and attitudes. However, in democratic societies, the masses can influence and select their leaders, shaping the nature of power. This dynamic creates a paradox where power influences and is influenced by the populace. Leaders wielding power are subject to the people's will, resulting in a complex interplay of influence and control. This bidirectional flow ensures no single entity holds absolute control, yet it introduces unpredictability and instability. The selective use of force, by either centralized authorities or decentralized entities, is inherently subjective. Decisions on applying force depend on judgments about threats, justice, and the common good. This subjectivity can lead to inconsistencies and conflicts, as perspectives on appropriate force vary. The selective application of force highlights the difficulty of achieving true impartiality and fairness, emphasizing the tensions between order and freedom, stability and justice, and the individual and the collective. This philosophical experiment reveals the complexities and paradoxes in decentralizing power, demonstrating that a level of centralized consensus is crucial for providing the trust and coherence necessary for effective decentralization. It underscores the paradoxical nature of freedom consciousness and the subjective nature of power and force, challenging simplistic notions of governance. This invites deep reflection on the delicate balance needed for a just and stable society. In pursuing decentralization and freedom, we must recognize the necessity of compromise, the value of trust, and the inevitability of paradox. Within these tensions lies the essence of a harmonious society,